Hi students, very good morning. Today in this lecture we are going to deal with respect to the representation of a cell reaction. Okay, or it is called as cell representation or cell reaction. See how the cell reaction will occur and how it will be represented. Okay, this is a short way of notation of the entire cell. Right. So here it is metal slash metal in the solution. Okay. So M2 M plus. See what happens. The oxidation state here is 0. Generally there is no state, right? So it is 0. Here something like plus N. So 0 to plus. It has been increased. So this is called as oxidation. Okay. Double slash. This M plus N in aqueous condition. So something plus N to 0. This side it is nothing you are having, right? Plus N to 0. Means what happened? Plus to 0. Means there is decrease. Decrease in the oxidation state. So this is reduction. So rod one electrode in solution. This is another electrode in the solution. Sorry, this is solution and this is the electrode. Say again, I am repeating, rod in the solution and solution with a rod, and in between you are having double slash, right? So that is indicated as salt bridge. Means between these two you will be having this one. This one, what is the use of this one? Already in the previous lecture we have learned the use of salt bridge. What it does, it is an inert electrolyte. It will be having good ionic mobility, equal mobility with respect to cation and anion. Both half cells are neutralized simultaneously. Those are the functions of the salt bridge. See, here to here it is oxidation, here to here it is reduction. So we shall take some examples how to solve this. Suppose I used to represent this one. Zn has been converted to Zn plus 2. Means zinc has undergone oxidation, copper plus 2 has undergone to copper. So this is called as plus 2 to 0. It is reduction. Again repeating, Zn in the 0 oxidation state converted to plus 2, Zn to Zn plus 2. Zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution. So basically you will be having Zn plus 2 solution, and copper plus 2 solution you will be having copper rod. Okay, this is in solid state. See, generally this notation is represented for the Daniell cell. So zinc in the zinc sulfate, copper with the copper sulfate solution, that is called as Daniell cell example. It's an example of voltaic cell. So all we are learning, whatever those are called as electrochemical cells or voltaic cells. Okay, and among them one is called as Daniell cell. Which is called as Daniell cell means Zn to Zn plus 2, copper plus 2 copper. This one is called as Daniell cell. Okay, this is an example of voltaic cell. Okay, in voltaic cell you are having many types. If those are zinc and copper, then that is called as Daniell cell. Okay, in writing the representation, see this one if you take, this will become RHS, this one will become LHS. So this LHS, it is called as oxidation half, Zn to Zn plus 2. So increase in oxidation state, so it is oxidation half. Decrease in oxidation state, so this is called as reduction half. In between you are having salt bridge. Okay, so I am writing Zn to Zn plus 2. I am writing with respect to concentration. Aqueous I am writing it, so concentration of the solution will be mentioned. Here copper plus 2 to copper. So the concentration of copper plus 2 is mentioned here as 1 molar. Okay. And next condition is chromium. Chromium solid has been converted to chromium plus 3, aqueous condition. So lead plus 2 in the aqueous condition converted with lead electrode. Okay. And double slash indicates what? Salt bridge. So this side, whatever you are having to the left side, that is called as anodic half cell or oxidation half cell. To the right side, whatever that is present, it is called as reduction half cell or cathodic half cell. So I am writing for this. So I am taking this cell. Okay, for this cell, whatever that has been happened here, I am writing. So Zn converted to Zn plus 2. So Zn converted to Zn plus 2. So if Zn wants to get converted to Zn plus 2, it should liberate 2 electrons. So some 2 electrons has been come out from Zn. So this is called as half cell. This is occurred for oxidation. Here copper plus 2 has been converted to copper. Copper to get converted, copper plus 2 to get converted into copper, it should accept 2 electrons, right? So copper plus 2 has accepted 2 electrons, has been converted to copper. So always remember the electrons should be cancelled out at last. So here 2 electrons, here 2 electrons, nothing problem. Now you sum up the equation. 2 electrons will be cancelled. Zinc plus copper plus 2 will be converted to Zn plus 2 copper. This representation, zinc converted to Zn plus 2, that is what represented here. Copper plus 2 converted to copper, this has been represented. So zinc to Zn plus 2 it is oxidation, copper plus 2 to copper it is reduction. Okay. So students, try to write the formula for this one. So I am representing the equation. Write the cell reaction for nickel to nickel plus 2 double slash Ag plus aqueous solution to Ag. See, my condition is you should cancel out the electrons. Okay. Okay, students. Pause the video. Try to solve this. 1, 2, 3. I am solving this. See, nickel converted to nickel plus 2. So I am taking left side one. Nickel converted to nickel plus 2 means it has lost 2 electrons. So you are getting 2 electrons here. Nickel plus 2 plus 2 electrons, it will be equal to this one. Right here, Ag plus. So Ag plus converted to Ag. See how many electrons are there? Only 1. 1 is getting to this one. So you should take 2 Ag. Because why means the electron should be cancelled right here. So if you are having 2 electrons here, you should get 2 electrons here. If you want 2 electrons here, you should take 2 Ag plus. See, Ag plus 2, see, generally the equation will be represented like this. Ag plus 2 Ag. Okay? Plus electron. This is the general equation. But you are getting 2 electrons here. If you take 2 electrons here, then it should become 2 Ag, then it should become 2 Ag. Okay? Now then it will be balanced. Okay? 2 electrons will be cancelled. Nickel in the solid state plus 2 Ag plus in the aqueous condition has been converted to nickel plus 2 aqueous plus 2 Ag. So students, try to do this one example. Chromium in the solid state converted to chromium plus aqueous. Concentration is 1 molar. Next, with the double slash, this is the salt bridge. Pb plus 2 in the aqueous state with 1 molar concentration has been converted to lead, Pb. Okay? Try to do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I hope that you have done this question. Generally, if you do here, what will be getting? Chromium converted to chromium plus 3. Chromium converted to chromium plus 3 means it has lost 3 electrons. This one, Pb plus 2. By gaining 2 electrons, it gets converted to Pb. But see here, you are having 3 electrons here, you are having 2 electrons here. So what you should do? You multiply with this 3 with this equation, this 2 with this equation. So that you will be getting 6 electrons. So 2 into Cr. So 2 chromium, 2 Cr plus 3 plus 6 electrons. Here 3 Pb plus 2, 3 into 2, 6 electrons gives rise to 3 Pb. So 6 electrons will be cancelled. So net equation will be 2 chromium plus 3 Pb plus 2 gets converted to 2 Cr plus 3 plus 3 Pb plus. So this is the way of writing the cell reaction, and this is the notation. How a cell reaction will be notated. Short way of representation of the cell. What happens inside, it is the way of writing this one. Okay. And next content whatever we are going to deal is electrode potential. So electrode potential, it is defined in this pattern. Suppose you take a rod and you dip it in a container having that metal ions concentration. Suppose if this metal is having the tendency to oxidize, means it is ready to lose electrons. So what happens? This one will be disintegrated. Already in the previous we have learned. This one will be disintegrated so that it gets come into the solution and electrons will be deposited on the rod. Means that electrode is getting oxidized. So M gets converted to M plus N electrons. These N electrons are on the rod, and this M plus N has come into the solution. From where this M plus N has come? From the rod they have come, okay, into the solution. So what happens? The concentration here will be more, and here more positive concentration will be in the solution. On the rod, more negative concentration will be on the rod. So this rod is of negative, and this one, this solution is of positive solution, because more positive has been deposited here. So there will be some difference in the potential between the two electrode as well as the solution. Okay, getting this? The rod will be with more negative charge and the solution will be with more positive charge. So this border between the rod and the solution, okay, there will be some potential difference. There will be some potential because this is with negative and this is with positive. There will be some difference in the potential. That potential, whatever the difference between the rod and its constituent solution, then that is called as electrode potential. So in the form of definition, it has been mentioned in this way. The potential difference between the electrode, see, between the electrode and its ion in its electrolyte, between the ion, okay, electrode as well as ion, where it is present in the electrolyte, and those should be under equilibrium. Okay, this should be maintained. This equilibrium should be maintained. It should not come and attach there. If it attaches, now what happens? It sticks onto that. It will not stick generally because it is undergoing oxidation rate. We have assumed that it comes into this one. This place will not allow the electrons to move outside. There should be equilibrium between the rod as well as the ion in the solution. Then there exists some potential difference between the solution as well as the electrode. That potential is called as electrode potential. If oxidation is occurring in this cell, this is called as oxidation potential. If reduction occurs, we will be going with this one. If reduction occurs in the solution, then that is called as reduction potential. Clear? If oxidation occurs, then that is called as oxidation potential. If reduction occurs, then that is called as reduction potential. So I am taking a container, you are taking a rod, and with solution, what is happening? Here, suppose let me take copper rod with copper sulfate. Okay? Copper plus 2, it comes and deposits on the rod. So more sulfate will be present. Means the solution is much with negative ions. Okay. Now what happens? If the metal is tendency to reduce, means it is taking the particles from the solution. So M plus N here plus N electrons will be getting converted to metal. Means it is undergoing reduction. See, M plus N. In this condition, M plus N you are getting from the rod. In this condition, M plus N means whatever that is getting deposited on the rod, you are getting from the solution. Here from the rod, here from the solution. Okay, electrons are present on this one. Here negative charge is present more in the solution due to anions, because cations are getting deposited on the rod. So what happens? M plus N you are getting from the solution. And from where you are getting, so here you are getting, suppose I assume that copper sulfate is present. Copper gets and deposited on this electrode, copper. Why it is getting deposited means this copper rod is receiving electrons from the other side. So the electrons whatever getting deposited on this one, electrons attracts the copper plus 2 whatever that is present in the solution. So it gets deposited here. So M plus N you are getting from the solution, and the electrons you are getting from the rod, from this rod. Don't assume that this rod is giving electrons. There will be circuit formation. From that circuit, the electrons, see here you are having electrons, right? If you make a link between these two rods, the electrons comes and travels and deposits on this rod. These electrons, what happens? They attract the cations present in the solution. They get deposited on the electrode. Okay? So M plus N you are getting from the solution, and N electrons you are getting from this rod onto this rod, so that this electrons attracts this one. So what happens? This cation as well as anion, there will exist between the border, they will be existing in equilibrium. That potential whatever that is occurring here, this is, in this case it is called as reduction potential, because here reduction is occurring. In this condition oxidation is occurring, so this is called as oxidation potential. Okay, the potential difference between the electrode and its ion in its electrolyte, the potential difference between the electrode and its ion in the electrolyte under equilibrium condition is called as electrode potential. If oxidation occurs, it is called as oxidation potential. If reduction occurs, then that is called as reduction potential. And there is one more electrode called as inert electrode. Means there will be no gain of electrons from the solution nor from the rod. There will be no gain, no loss. The electrode will not involve in oxidation or in reduction. So any electrode which does not involve in oxidation or reduction, then that is called as inert electrode. Okay. So what are the factors that affect the electrode potential? Okay, this electrode potential is affected by nature of the metal and its ions. So it depends upon the type of the metal, whether you take zinc, iron converting to Fe plus 2 or Fe converting to Fe plus 3. It depends upon the nature of the metal. Regarding this, we will learn in the next equation, which will be coming in this chapter only. Okay, after 2 or 3 sessions. And so it depends upon the nature of the metal and the ions are present in that particular aqueous solution. It also depends the concentration. It is saying only type of the ions. It is telling concentration of ions, how much thick, how many number of ions per present per given volume. So it depends upon the number of concentration of ions. In case of gases, it is taken as partial pressure. In terms of ions, it is called with respect to concentration. With respect to gases, it is called as partial pressure. And the third factor where the electrode potential depends is temperature. If more is the temperature, what happens? More the ions will be present, so that concentration will be increased. Okay, so temperature is also one of the factors that affects the electrode potential. Now let us study some standard conditions. Standard conditions means, so standard means, as we have learned in the gases style, like standard STP conditions, here also the same. So the concentration should be 1 molar, pressure should be 1 atmosphere or 1 bar, temperature should be 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin. If electrode potential is calculated at this condition, then that is called as standard electrode potential. So what are the standard conditions means? Concentration of that particular one should be 1 molar. Pressure, if it is in terms of pressure, it should be 1 atmosphere or 1 bar. And the temperature of that reaction, whatever that is occurring, it should be at 25 degrees centigrade, 298 Kelvin. So at this standard conditions, if you measure the electrode potential, see, electrode potential means already we have said in the previous page, standard electrode, standard oxidation potential or reduction potential. Okay. So that electrode potential, if you measure at this standard condition, then that is called as standard electrode potential, and it is indicated with E to the power naught. If naught is present to the E, then that is called as standard electrode potential. If naught is not present, then it is called as only electrode potential. Only electrode potential means E. Standard electrode potential means E naught. Okay. This one will be known because this is calculated, and this one we should calculate based on this one. Okay, it may be it is calculated only at 25 degrees centigrade, and this one is calculated at any temperature. It may be 100 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, 80 degrees, 1000 degrees, anything apart from 25. 25 if it is calculated, it is called as E naught. Apart from 25, wherever you calculate the electrode potential, then that is called as only electrode potential. If it is E naught, it is called as standard electrode potential. Right. Standard electrode potential if oxidation occurs. So this is the condition, M getting converted to M plus N with liberation of electrons. See, here will be standard means E to the power E naught means standard. M is getting converted to M plus N. So M converted to M plus N. So it is called as oxidation potential. Okay. If it is a different temperature, means this is at 25 degrees centigrade. This one, there is no power E naught. This is only electrode potential. M converting to M plus N means it is oxidation potential. E naught means standard one, M converting to M plus N. So M to plus 1 plus N converting means oxidation potential. So it is standard oxidation potential. This one oxidation potential only. Suppose take reduction. So X plus N electrons, it is getting converted to X. So E to the power naught X plus N getting converted to X. Okay. So this is called as standard reduction potential. If it is only reduction potential, remove the naught. So E X power plus N getting converted to X, it is called as reduction potential. Okay, if naught is present, that is called as standard one. See, this one is undergoing oxidation, so it is called as oxidation potential. This one is undergoing reduction, so it is called as reduction potential. And notation, see here, reduction condition, X plus N to plus X. Okay, plus N to X. Here see, M to plus N. Getting B clear with this thing. Okay, so that is called as oxidation as well as the reduction potential. And we are having one committee that is called as IUPAC committee, that is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So this is Daniell cell. Already I have said, if you take zinc as well as copper, in one thing if you take copper, in copper sulfate, zinc in zinc sulfate, that is called as Daniell cell. It's an example of voltaic cell. So if you write like this, zinc getting converted to Zn plus 2 electrons. Okay, zinc converting to Zn plus 2. Here I am writing E naught Zn to Zn plus 2. So what is happening here? It is oxidation, so it is 0.76 volts. This is calculated one. This is called as standard oxidation potential. If I write in the reverse condition, see E naught only, instead of writing Zn plus 2 to 2 electrons, Zn plus 2 to Zn, means it is undergoing reduction. Whatever the value you are getting for oxidation, the same value will be, but with the negative sign. Okay, standard oxidation potential, you have got some value. So if you want the same value in reduction potential, you will be having minus 0.76. See here it is Za to Zn plus 2. He has represented 0.76. So Zn plus 2 to Zn, it is minus 0.76. Because Zn plus 2 to Zn, it is a reduction. So as we are having standard condition, this is called as standard reduction potential. So you can say simply standard reduction potential is equal to minus standard oxidation potential, or standard oxidation potential is equal to minus standard reduction potential. Okay. So EMF of the cell, how you will calculate? You will be having anode with a solution, cathode with a solution linked with this. So here oxidation anode, you are getting anode, oxidation M plus N plus N electrons. Here reduction X plus N electrons gives rise to X. So oxidation means M plus N. So M has undergone oxidation minus 0.2. X has undergone reduction X plus N to X. This is oxidation potential, this is reduction potential. Okay. If you want the EMF of the cell, what is the formula? There is a simple formula. EMF of the cell means, it is a very simple formula. E oxidation, if you are getting oxidation value, so directly here generally oxidation should occur. Oxidation has occurred. So you are taking E oxidation plus E reduction. Okay. Or instead of oxidation, you can take minus E reduction potential. Because anode you are getting oxidation. Oxidation plus reduction, that is simple. If you want in terms of reduction, this one oxidation has occurred. If you want the reduction value of oxidation, you will be taking minus sign. So for anode, you can take minus E of reduction potential plus, for this you are calculating only reduction. Nothing problem. For cathode, you are calculating reduction because cathode undergoes reduction only here. Anode should undergo oxidation, but you are taking reduction value, so that you are taking minus value. Okay? Because already we have said reduction potential is nothing but negative of oxidation potential. So here oxidation some value you are having. Further, if you keep minus, then you will be getting E reduction potential of anode. So what you can calculate? E reduction potential of cathode minus E reduction potential of anode. So this is the general formula you are taking. Why we are taking oxidation in terms of reduction potential? Then you will be getting the question. Our IUPAC has said to take all the values in reduction potential itself. At cathode, reduction will occur, no need to change. For anode, at anode, oxidation will occur. But what IUPAC has said to take all the reduction potential values. So whatever the oxidation has occurred, you are getting the value. Further, if you keep minus n, you will be getting the reduction potential values. Again, you remember, oxidation, instead of oxidation, we are taking reduction potential values. Why? Means IUPAC system has come to one conclusion that you take all the reduction values. Even though it is oxidation or reduction, don't bother about that. You convert oxidation value into reduction value. And reduction value will be in the reduction value itself. So that you will be getting this condition. So only anode will be changing, cathode will be the same. Okay. So E reduction potential of cathode minus E reduction potential of anode. This is the way of calculating EMF of the cell. So based on this, let us take some problems. So, and you can write in this way also. E of cell will be equal to E of right minus E of left. Right means right side will be having reduction, right? Right side reduction minus this one, or cathode minus anode, or E right minus E left. E of the cell means EMF of the cell, or electrode potential of the cell, depends upon the concentration as well as the temperature. Based on that, we will be doing in the next coming session. E is at any concentration, E naught is at standard concentration. We know that. Okay, standard EMF of the cell. This is the EMF notation of the cell. Nickel has been converted to Na+2, Ag plus has been converted to Ag. Find the E naught of the cell. See, E naught of nickel they have given. See, nickel plus 2 to nickel. What he has mentioned, reduction or oxidation, this one. Plus 2 to 0. Increased or decreased, decreased. So it is reduction. Plus 2, 0. What happened? This one increased or decreased, decreased. So this is also reduction potential. So which is on the right side? This one is on left side, this is on right side. So according to the formula, what you should take? E right minus E left. So this one, E right minus E left. What is the right one? So E right minus E left. So E right is 0.80 minus E left. E left is minus 0.25. So it is minus 0.25. So that you will be getting the value of 1.05 volts. Clear? E right minus E left. And both should be in the, if you want to use this formula, both should be in the terms of reduction. See, this one is reduction plus 2, 0. Okay? Plus 2 to 0. So both are reduction values only. So one more question. Zn has been converted to Zn plus 2 with 1 molar concentration. Copper plus 2 to 1 molar solution converted to copper. E naught of Zn plus 2 to Zn minus 0.76 volts. E naught of copper plus 2 to copper plus 0.34 volts. Calculate the EMF of the cell. Okay. So what happens? See whether this one has given, this one is undergoing oxidation, this is under reduction. See here, as they given reduction value or oxidation value, plus 2 to 0, reduction, plus 2 to 0, reduction. So directly. So RHS minus LHS. So copper minus zinc you should get. So copper is 0.34 minus zinc is minus 0.76. So minus 0.76. So answer will be 1.10 volts. Clear? Next one. Take this question. Zn to Zn plus 2 1 molar concentration, Pb plus 2 to Pb. Okay. Zn to Zn plus 2. This is the condition. Here this one. We should go E naught of the cell means ER minus E cell. See which is R1, RHS. This one is the condition. LHS is this one. So lead minus zinc you should get. See Zn to Zn plus 2. Is this oxidation or reduction? This is oxidation. Okay. So you should convert that into reduction value. So you will be getting minus 0.76 because you should take in the reduction value only, right? So minus 0.76. This one. Pb to Pb plus 2. It is also, what is this? We are getting which condition, that one? That is also oxidation. You convert that also reduction. So you will be getting minus 0.76 minus 0.13. Okay. Next lead minus zinc. So lead you will be getting how much this one? Minus 0.13 minus this one. This one also is oxidation, right? You convert that into reduction. So minus 0.76. So that you will be getting the value minus 0.13 plus 0.76. So the value will be plus 0.63 volts. So if E naught of the cell is negative, see the net resultant, this one is positive. Okay, this one is also positive, this one is also positive. If the resultant, suppose assume that it is minus 0.63, the resultant of E naught cell is negative, means then the cell is non-spontaneous. We will be learning how that will come. If E naught is equal to negative, then that type of reaction is non-spontaneous, means that will not occur naturally. Some force you require for that reaction to occur. Okay, this is the thing what we are learning for this session. Okay students, have a nice day, prepare well for the exam. Bye bye.